Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm going to be getting ready and using the new Sigma Cinderella collection. I have the eyeshadow palette and the blush and highlighter palette. They really got me with this one. Yes, I did purchase these during my no-buy. I don't have an excuse. Cinderella is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's very nostalgic for me. I grew up watching Disney. We still have all of my Disney VHS videos at my parents' house. And Cinderella and The Little Mermaid were my two favorite. So I had to. I did not have to, but I was just like, I bought this the day that it released. I've had this just sitting. I haven't had a chance to even open it and look at it. So I'm doing that today. And I'm also going to be creating an eye look, obviously. It's just beautiful. Like, it's just beautiful. And I've never tried any Sigma products except for their brushes. So I'm just really excited to play with this formula. Wow. It's just stunning. That's all I can say. I've watched a lot of videos about this and I've heard a lot of good things, especially from Kelly Gooch, who is a YouTuber that I love. I actually used her Sigma code to get 10% off. But yeah, she really loves this palette. She says that the shimmers are actually a little more pigmented than the typical Sigma shimmers. So I'm really excited. I'm sure you've seen it, but here is a close-up. I love all the names and the little imprints. It's just so beautiful. Should I do my eyes first? I never do my eyes first, so let's do my face. I've already primed with my Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. And I'm going to be using my Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. I'm not a huge fan of this by itself. It looks really heavy and cakey on my face. So today I'm going to try and mix it with my Milani Soft Focus Glow. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of the foundation and 2 pumps of the Milani. I don't particularly like this foundation with a brush either. I feel like you can see the brush marks pretty easily. So when I'm done blending this out, I'll just take my fingers and tap it because I forgot to grab a makeup sponge. I even just bought a new one. I like the e.l.f. makeup sponges and of course the Real Techniques, the original Real Techniques, the orange one. So now I'm just gonna tap my face lightly, not trying to remove any coverage. I'm just trying to get rid of the brush marks. It seems to work okay. This is what I've been doing for my everyday makeup because I'm trying to use this foundation up in my project pan. I'm going to try something new. I'm gonna use my lipstick from my project pan as a cream blush. It's blending in pretty easily. Wow, I think that works really well. I like to bring my blush up pretty high. I feel like it lifts my face a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Benefit Boing Concealer for my under eyes. I really don't need a ton. Probably just put it in my inner corners, right here. This stuff is very pigmented and spreads really easily, so it's really easy to go heavy-handed. So I'm just gonna spread it all over my lid, kind of as a primer. For my under eyes, I'm gonna take my number 7 powder and just set that concealer and my lids. I'm gonna go in with my Catrice Prime and Fine Contour Palette. I love this because it's not very pigmented, so the contour looks a little more natural. I'm gonna go right at my temple as well. And for bronzer, I'm gonna take my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This is the shade Light, but it's definitely a bronzer shade for me. And I'm going to take my Bare Minerals like buffing brush, just barely get any product on here, and buff that in. I feel like if I buff this in well, it looks really smooth. But sometimes if I'm in a rush, it looks kind of patchy. Now, I'm going to use the Cinderella Blush and Highlighter Palette. This is what it looks like. It's same packaging as the eyeshadow. It's so gorgeous. I want to compare this next to my Tarte. Oh, no. You see it here first, folks. Is that a pan in my blush? This isn't my project pan. I used it this morning when I was getting ready for work, because yes, I'm filming this after work. And I guess I just didn't notice. Okay, anyway, I wanted to compare this blush with Quirky. Dang. I was hoping they weren't similar. But I'm gonna swatch them next to each other. So here's Quirky from Tarte and here's the Cinderella. I feel like the Tarte is a little more pink. So I don't feel as bad, but I wish they weren't as similar. It just proves that I didn't actually need this palette, but I wanted it. Okay. There's Cinderella and Prince Charming, and then the carriage is just so pretty. So let me dip into this. Now pigmented. That is pigmented. Wow. Now let's swatch the highlighter. Ooh, that is pretty. A little dark for me. You can see it, but hopefully when it's on my face, it'll be okay. Ooh. You see it? So hard to show highlighter. That's pretty. Okay, let's get into this palette. It does not have like an all over lid setting shade. So I'm going to go into my Morphe 9T palette, and I'm gonna just use this bone colored shade because it's works really well on my skin tone, and I'm trying to pan it in my project. So every use counts, am I right? I'm still trying to decide like what look I want to do. Let's see. I could go safe and just do these, but I don't want to be safe. I'm always safe. I think I'm gonna go like in the green blue direction, but first pumpkin, and I'm gonna use the brush that comes with it. I'm gonna use the fluffy side. So let's just try it out. Again, this is the first time I've ever used Sigma eyeshadows. That looks beautiful. Blends in really well. It's obviously not a very unique shade, but it's really nice to have in a palette as a, you know, transition and crease. This is very pigmented, and this brush is a little smaller than I'm used to. And I feel like I have a little less control, which is interesting. Okay, so next I'm going to deepen the outer corner with this dark green called Courtyard. And I'm going to use this side of the brush. There we go. I'm gonna go in with that pumpkin color again and just blend. Okay, I'm going to take this shade called One of a Kind. I'm just gonna take that on my finger and put that on my lid. That's really pretty. I don't know if you can see the shift, but it has kind of pinky purple glitter in it, I think. This is beautiful. This is so pretty. I'm gonna take this angled brush and dip into this blue. It's called Hopeful. I'm gonna use this to deepen the lash line a little bit. Might create a wing. That's pretty. Just gonna go in with this side of the brush, go in pumpkin again, and just squish it and go under on my lower lash line. And for my inner corner, I'm going to take this color. It's called Wishful. I'm just going to use my pinky. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go hop off and do my brows and mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, here is the finished eye look. I am really happy how it turned out. I think really the only shade that I had a little trouble with was that green shade called Courtyard. And, you know, it was probably user error. I don't work with a lot of greens. This might be my only, I think it's my only like matte green shade in my collection. So, and obviously I'm like not a makeup artist. So I will probably need to play around with that, but this one of a kind shade, you can see, oh, there we go. See, it has like, it's blue, kind of looks silver, and now it's purple. Look at that shift. That is so beautiful. I hope you can see it on my eyes. But wow, yeah, these shimmers are just amazing. I'm really happy that I got this. My full intention with this was to pair it with a bold lip, but I'm just not sure if I'm vibing with that. From Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is the shade Potion. But just in my basket I have with me, I also have the lipstick that I use as my blush under all the powders, so could go in with this. But I also have my Tori Bell liquid lipstick in the shade Plum. So I swatched them here. I'm just gonna go with the lipstick because I'm feeling like a Disney princess right now. I don't know if you guys are getting that vibe too, but like with my hair pulled back, florals, you know, the sleeve, and I feel like the dark lipsticks will just ruin that for me. I kind of feel like a modern day Rapunzel after Flynn Rider cut her hair but then grew it out. That's how I feel. This is not new to my channel because it's in my project pan. But if you haven't seen my project pan, I've had this lipstick for years and years and years. And I don't know what it's called or where it's from because it's so old. See, even that is like a little too dark for me. So I'm going to take a napkin and just put it between my lips. A few times. It's a little better. And now the question is, should I let my hair down? Let's just try it. I'm really happy with the eyeshadow palette. I love the shades in here, and I feel like it's not similar to anything that I have in my collection. The blush and highlighter palette is beautiful. I do really like the shades in here and the formulas. As you saw, it's very similar to my Quirky shade from Tarte, but I think it just has a little bit more warm tone, a little more peachy to it. And I think the highlighter I could make work. If it were any darker, it would be too dark for me. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look with the new Sigma Cinderella palettes. If you enjoy makeup content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So I see you in the next video.